Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Radhyatan Mardhiyah, and in this video, me and my partner Krishnawati, we are going to present our presentation about our article under the title The Difference Between the Child-Free Phenomenon in Japan and Indonesia. There are four table of content about this presentation. The first one is background, and then previous studies, method, and references. The first is background. The child-free trend, which is a life choice or agreement between a husband and wife not to have children after marriage, whether biological children, stepchildren, or adopted children, continue to be studied, to be discussed, and it become interesting discussion material. Of course, many people agree with this and some are against it with their arguments and reason. Recently, the child-free phenomenon is developing in Indonesia. This phenomenon began to be discussed by the general public and cause many pros and cons in society regarding the freedom to have children. Based on the data released by the World Wide Bank, the trend of birth rate in Indonesia continues to decline even in 2019. The crowd birth rate per 1,000 population issued by the Central Statistic Agency or CSA, where there is a decline in the population growth rate. The population growth rate in Indonesia from 2010 to 2020 showed a 1.25% decline from the previous period in the 2000 to 2010, which showed 1.49%. The CSA also estimates that in 2025 to 2030, the population growth rate is only 0.80% and will continue to decline in the following year. While in Japan, the development of feminism began at the end of the 19th century in Japan, where this understanding has proved a wider space for women's activities. Women are starting to show their existence in the fields of education, work, human rights, and various other areas of life. Women begin to realize and demand fairer treatment in all aspects of life, including the opportunity to achieve a brilliant career. But progress feminism in Japan is growing with acts of discrimination. Consequences of action, this discrimination has finally encouraged Japanese women to voice their rights as independent human beings. One of which is delaying marriage or even refusing, and many Japanese women have a limited number of children, and some even refuse to have children, and they are more focused on a brilliant career. This matter rise the population problem in Japan due to increase the child-free phenomenon, and being unmarried has a major impact on the decline in the population of Japan, which becomes if this phenomenon continues within a certain time of population, the population of Japanese society will experience a drastic decline, which will affect the stability of human resources and productivity of the national economy. Well, next part of our presentation is previous studies. From a journal under the title Child Free sebagai pilihan hidup perempuan Berkeluarga di Kabupaten Sidoarjo by Nova Linda Rahmayanti in 2022. It said that as a woman, her voice is not silent, and her wish to child-free was granted by their partner. The matter shows that there is no elements of patriarchy in domestic life that place women in subordinate position. Society accepts that decision of women and married couples in choosing life without children. Society understand that women have the right to determine their life, including the right to their body, so as not as can impose their will, including on her own to husband. The next studies is a journal under the title Child-Free and Unmarried Trends Among the Japanese Society by Nugroho 2022. Child-free that is happening in Japanese society now proves that the feminist movement has a major influence on the order of life of Japanese women, begin to get independent rights over themselves and determine the direction of their respective life. The ideals of Japanese women who want their careers to progress and independent without feeling burden and burden. The fading of the patriarchal culture that exists in Japan gives the little hope to those who wanted child-free and unmarried as a solution to the high cost of living in Japan and couples who have not been able to guide and meet the necessities of life, but are the first problem arisen in demographic of Japanese population. The number of the birth is decreasing year by year. Therefore, the Japanese government seeks various ways to increase the population growth rate increase and absence of the gender discrimination for Japanese women. Well, next part will be explained by method. The method that we will use in this research is library research, where we will search for and studying several journals, thesis, dissertation, and other literature relevant to the topic we have chosen, namely the difference between the child-free phenomena in Japan and Indonesia. Next is references. In this research, we use 7 references consist of journal, paper, dissertation, and article. We use these references as the literature of our article that use library research method. Apart from these references, we will look for other references to support our research. If you have question, you can ask in WhatsApp group. Thank you so much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.